At the next meeting of the Legislative Chamber of the Oliy Majlis, deputies discussed the Cabinet of Ministers report on the implementation of the 2024 state program. It was noted that by the end of 2024, the gross domestic product had grown by 6.5% compared to the previous year. More details about this are in the following report. Foreign investments totaling $4.9 billion were attracted, which is 1.6 times more than in 2023. However, delays were observed in implementing tasks related to healthcare, migration and construction. The meeting noted that in 2024, over 221,000 unemployed citizens listed in the Iron Notebook, Women's and Youth Notebook, who lacked professional qualifications, were trained in 90 professionals based on labor market demands. However, efforts to address unemployment and migration remain unsatisfactory.
Today we are focused on issues related to education, unemployment and energy. We are seeking solutions for how this will be addressed in 2025 and how to tackle unemployment through projects that were not implemented in 2024. While we are receiving contracts, the main requirement remains language skills. However, this is not just for working abroad, but also for becoming qualified specialists and bringing international experience to Uzbekistan. Although some progress has been made, efforts have been fragmented, and ministries need to collaborate more effectively to address this issue.
In 2024, to provide medical support to the population, more than 10 million people over the age of 40 and 8.162 million children underwent mass screening. However, the healthcare sector still faces many challenges. According to deputies, the quality of healthcare services and conditions in the regions remain unsatisfactory. Similar issues are also present in the construction and utility sectors.
Today's main objection focused on issues in healthcare and construction sectors as well. It was noted that not only deputies but also citizens have raised concerns about inadequate attention in some healthcare systems. There is no clear diagnosis for disease prevention, and citizens in remote areas do not receive the same level of service. Similarly, problems persist in the construction and utility sectors. Addressing these issues should not be limited to including them in state programs, but should also involve developing projects in advance to find effective solutions.
The meeting reviewed progress in education, noting that 76% of children were enrolled in preschool during the reporting period. Additionally, 115 non-governmental general secondary education organizations were established. However, deputies emphasized the need for further improvements in education quality. At the end, the government report was approved and proposals were made to enhance its effectiveness. Under current legislation, if a citizen fails to repay a bank loan, within 90 days a court case is initiated. A draft law discussed in the Legislative Chamber states that if a dispute arises over a loan taken against collateral, it must be resolved either in the court or out of court. According to draft law, two main criteria are defined for settling cases between banks and borrowers who have not repaid their loans on time. The new norm introduced in this law defines the trivial violations related to the failure to meet obligations secured by a pledge. Two conditions must be met simultaneously. The borrower must have failed to fulfill the loan obligation for more than 3 months, and the unpaid amount must not exceed 15% of the total value of the pledged property. In such cases, the dispute between the bank and the creditor can be resolved before going to court. For example, if a borrower pledges property worth 10 billion and the unpaid amount does not exceed 15% of this value, it is considered a trivial violation. The draft law also establishes the procedure for determining the initial price when auctioning property pledged as loan collateral. When auctioning a property pledged as collateral in the case of a loan default, the starting price will be determined by mutual agreement between the bank and the creditor. Under the new regulation, if they cannot reach an agreement, the pledger can auction the property at a price set by the independent person upon the request of the interested party. According to deputies, adopting this draft law will prioritize creditors' rights over collateral property and help reduce problematic assets in the loan portfolios of credit organizations. After discussions, the bill was passed in the third reading.